This is our lesson on the metal insets. The metal insets are a part of our language area, and the purpose of the metal insets is when your child traces the metal insets, they will be replicating every movement their hand will make when outlining or making the alphabet. So this whole metal inset work, the purpose is preparation for handwriting. They will also love using the metal insets. We have these in the classroom and we cannot keep the kids away from them. It's very creative and artistic. They love to make different patterns. At certain points during the year we always have a whole wall of the children's metal insets and it looks like a beautiful giant quilt. So we wanted to show you the full set and then show you how to use the metal insets. Here is a complete set of metal insets. Circle, square, triangle, rectangle, trapezoid, pentagon, ellipse, oval, quatrefoil, and curvilinear triangle. Each of these is exactly what we call it. It's made of metal, so it's very heavy and sturdy for kids to use, and it's got a frame and an inside. So that way the kids are able to trace the inside of it, and then they can also practice tracing the outside. Here is how you will present this lesson. What you will need for the metal inset lesson is a tray, some sort of tray that the child can carry their work back and forth to the table. And you will need white paper. The metal insets are all about 5.5 inches by 5.5, so we cut paper ahead of time for the kids, 5.5 inches wide. And then you'll also need some colored pencils in some sort of a dish. Here is how to present the lesson. We always start with 2 pieces of paper. They'll get the inside and the outside, and then they can choose the colored pencils that they'd like to use. And then they will carry it over to their table and put the items on their table. When you're demonstrating this to your child, you'll hold it, depending on whether they've decided if they're right or left-handed, they'll hold it with one hand, and it takes a little coordination, and then trace with the other. Then if they'd like to do another color, and of course they'll get creative with it eventually and they'll realize they can repeat it and move it slightly over and make a pretty pattern. And what's fun about this work is that the outside frame, if you use it, they can get really creative and make patterns on the inside. The purpose of this lesson is all about building hand strength, fine motor skills, discovery as they get to create something beautiful. There's a lot of choice involved. They can choose which shape they decide to do. They can decide what colors they want to use. And while they're having all this fun, they're getting a lot of practice holding a pencil, tracing, repeating all of the patterns that you'd make when you make your alphabet. So preparation for writing, fine motor control, it serves a lot of wonderful purposes. And most importantly, they're having fun while they're doing it.